What's up, guys and gals, to our battle of attrition here in the caves. Things are kind of ugly for us. I'm going to do the full rest because I got the feeling they're going to make us get into a fight like 5 minutes after this. And our team, they've been throwing us some curveballs. The last couple battles have had non-stop new enemies with new mechanics that we have to learn. And battles with new mechanics that you're not aware of, those are the ones that you got to be a little standoffish about. It's concerning. It's not a place that I like to be, feeling like I'm operating outside my comfort zone. But I'm doing my best with it, and I feel like we've done a really, really good job so far. So, welcome on back. I think I'm going to stop pumping points into Bulwark. Although the guy's getting all the kills, the unfortunate part here is I don't really want you in my party anymore. I'm not... The Mender is awesome. She is super awesome when her abilities are applicable. But at all other times, she's just a person sitting on the battlefield waiting to get one-shotted. And since a lot of the last couple battles have been very, very open and very kind of... It's difficult to defend her. I think I'm going to sit her on the sidelines for a little bit. I may go back on that decision like 5 minutes from now, but for the moment, that's what we're going to live with. I am not going to drop any more renown into level ups right now. I think we're just going to continue our shadowy walk through the darkest dungeon here. This game definitely, I don't think it's as hard as the first game. Actually, weirdly enough, I don't think it's as bad as the first game with regards to difficulty, but what I will say is that the possibility for nasty combinations of enemies they could throw my direction is starting to get up to the level where I was sitting around just kind of spitballing in my head the kind of nasty shit they could do to me in future combats with the abilities they've showed so far. And they can do some evil things with just 6 or 7 units. The Valka stops to weave patterns with her spear. Moments later, she looks even more confused. I cannot determine... Oh, we already did this. Wait. I cannot determine which path we take now. Folka gets in her face. I'm usually the nice one, Valka, but with those things on here, I am past nice. You let us down here, get us out. A low rumble comes from the cart. The stone singer is saying something. His stone song has shown him the way. We'll soon be in our world again. A strange phrase, but there's nothing to do but follow her lead. Oh, dude, we're going into Dredge World. No, don't do it. We're about to make the dimensional hop. Oh, please don't do it. My morale would be so low right now. The smell of fresh air alerts the entire caravan to the cave exit ahead. You went too far in bringing that thing with us, Bulwark, a raven shouts. We kill Dredge when we see them, not nurse them back to health. We're done with your bloody company. A good number of fighters and even clansmen from Bindle run for the exit without looking back. Folka says nothing, but her silence says everything. Everyone continues moving forward, the fear of the warped, twisted creatures fresh on their mind. You notice something strange about the light coming from the exit. It is not pure daylight. Keep going, the Valka shouts to everyone, then looks at you. Who knows what to expect north of the Wormscale Mountains now? Oh, so we didn't... Yeah, it's been a while since we were back here. What in the depths am I looking at, Valka? I don't know. Went through a cave, landed on the moon. Hooray for Viking physics. But this entire area, in case you didn't remember, we fought over this direction, over this entire northern area, and this is what the Dredge have already conquered, so who even knows what we're going to run into up here. It could definitely be concerning, to say the least. It looks like everyone's almost ready to move out, Ivor says, walking your way. We're about as patched up as we can expect to be out here. If you have any other business to handle before we leave, now's the time. He tosses aside a whittled stick, and I doubt we'll get out of here without talking to that old man again. I think his name was Yoser. He seems to be the temporary leader since the governor was killed. Okay, let's go talk to Yoser then. Yo, sir, what's up, Yoser? So that's it? You're just going to leave us to fend for ourselves? You know we're heading to Arboring, and I've been very clear about that. And what if the Dredge return? Or the flea-ridden Horseborn? I'm not sure about the Horseborn, but you can count on more Dredge. But why? Why are they after Lundar? They're running from the same thing as us. But you're running from them. What are they running from? That's what we'd all like to know. Yoser's eyes dart around for a moment. Does that mean you'll take us with you? You think about what he's asking. Are you ready to sew your banner onto ours? Consider it sewn. It's the people of Lundar that mean something, and you'll keep them alive better than I ever could. I mean, you've got a raccoon hat, man. Actually, it kind of looks like a... Did you make a hat out of rats? No, it's got a big poofy tail. It's a ferret. Great, and that's settled. Yoser, what can you tell us about the old wood? Is that where you're asking an old man about his old wood? Come on, is that where you're headed? With this many? When he sees you nod, his lips purse and move from side to side. Strange things happen in that place. It's a place where people go missing and come back happier than ever. Is it dangerous? You charged into a town under attack by Horseborn and Dredge. I'm not sure what you consider dangerous. Also Mudmen, don't forget them. I guess that means we'll find out. You agree and call for everyone to move out. You know, I think I liked Ivor better when he had 2 arms. I don't know, we got more fighters, I guess. 51 fighters, so that's something for the next battle coming. Roek looks nervous as you approach. You choose your words carefully, remembering to talk slowly. Why did you attack other Horseborn? His eyes dart around and he repeats your words silently before slowly preparing his response. Other like me, wrong. Friend, no. You look at Oddleif to see if she understands, but she only shakes her head a bit. Fight, friend, no. Other, wrong. You fought them because they're not your friends? Roek squints while studying Oddleif's mouth moving. Friend, no. I want to know about you and Derdriu. Derdriu? He whips his tail and stands taller and prouder. Derdriu, mate. Me, hers, mine. When food much, again, strong young for Didru, and me. Oddleif looks at you with arched eyebrows. A confident man wanting to provide for a family. Something attractive about that. You clear your throat and look back to Roek. If you're going to join us, you have to follow orders. He doesn't seem to understand your words, but your tone makes him step back a pace. You're not in trouble, but we are heard. Rook is our leader. Oddleif points to you and speaks slowly. We follow orders from leader. You follow orders from leader. You cannot be sure how much he understands, but his jaw clenches and he stands straighter. He snorts and kicks up dirt with a hoof. He doesn't seem to like that, does he? No, but he'll learn to appreciate it. You choose your words carefully, talking slowly. I'm glad I had a chance to talk with you, such as it was. Talk at you would be more accurate. Roek stares at you. Everyone feels awkward at the inability to communicate, so you smile at him. He's got horse eyes. I just noticed that. You know how horses have giant pupils? He's got giant horse pupils. I was wondering what was off about his eyes until he turned his gaze to the left like that. He's got horse eyes. Thank you. Thank. He taps a hoof to the ground a few times before trotting off. My best guess is there are different herds like our clans, but they don't really get along. Maybe this herd attacking Lundar was just a particular enemy. Maybe. She smiles and leaves you to your confession. We've got 45 renown left. It might be smart to go in on a couple of upgrades here. We definitely have people that would benefit from extra XP being sent their way. Luden at the moment is particularly needy. Mogir would be nice too, since he's the linchpin of our defensive strategy. So that's 13 there. He gets Malice or Battering Ram. He curses and spits, forcing the attacker to attack him. With his high armor, the provoker often takes little or no damage from the assault. It's a difficult ability. It's devastating in the right circumstances. Negate a strong enemy for a turn, pull an enemy forward on the board, or lock a character in place. We've got him built defensively, so Battering Ram would be nice. But I'm going to go with Malice. I like tanks. I do. I sincerely, I like tanky characters. We're going to take him up slowly, like so, along both fronts. Technically, we could add on here. We could go hunker down and give him a chance to resist damage. And can we put in 2? Ah, okay. So we can put in multiples there. And then armor, 20% chance to regen every turn. Since we have a lot of dead turns, that seems pretty good to me. I'm going to put a point in right there. And then I'm going to put a point in right there instead of going with the willpower. We don't use them for that much anyways, so seems like it'll work. We can also take Luden up, I think, for a reasonable cost. We don't use him very often, but he's a good character, and I like his ability for dealing with mages. I'm sorry, for dealing with slingers. And so he's ready for another promotion, but I wanted to save a little bit of renown just in case we find ourselves in a situation where we can barter for some goods. We have decent supply right now, but we've been pretty strapped with this group throughout the course of the entire playthrough, and so I'm nervous about spending all of my renown. If I spend it all and then we get to a location next where it's 1 renown for 4 supply or something like that, I'm going to feel like an idiot, and I just don't want it to go down like that. Keep this up. It's going to be nobody but Arborang left. The Dredge have done a pretty good job at chasing us all the way back to our holes. A woman hauls a young girl in front of you and a crowd of others. Caught her stealing enough food to feed a starving Varl, the woman says. Not the first time I've seen her at it either. The girl looks familiar. She's part of the thin group of humans you picked up on the trail. Why were you stealing? Never know when you'll get rid of us, the girl says. People always get rid of us. Her mother bursts through the crowd. Stupid girl, these people were good to us, she says, but it's too late. Drifters! Come the angry shouts from clansmen. Drifters are people without a banner. They are blamed for all sorts of woes, mostly undeserved. The Varl and clansmen alike run them off before you can make sense of it all, but you're left wondering what will become of them. Alright, I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. That one was out of my control, so I don't feel too bad about my choices. That one was pretty widely outside my control, so whatever. Whispers from clansmen grow in volume with every step towards the colorfully daunting old wood. Nothing but game trails into this place, Ivor says. For this many people, I don't like it. He looks agitated and nervous. Glancing around, you notice the other Varl and even the Horseborn acting similarly. Tight places like this don't sit well with us, he says, watching you. No room to stand or swing. Just another place that I don't belong. Ivor's growing concern with feeling useless is somewhat puzzling, but you keep it to yourself. For all its majesty and storied past filled with legendary hunts, the dense foliage and spore-filled air of the old wood feels eerie. Eerie old wood, not the entire... That's not something I want to be staring down today. We may need to camp pretty soon just to keep morale high. I like the extra points it gives me. Scouts report subtle movements around you. We're being followed and studied maybe. You can't tell how many. It's like they disappear if you look directly at them. Alright, well, let's patrol. I want to be safe rather than sorry. You decide to take to the offensive and gather fighters. As the caravan continues forward, your small groups make several laps, checking rock outcroppings and clumps of trees. While you find nothing, you cannot shake the feeling that the scout is right. Goody. The hills apparently have eyes right now. That movie, the remake, too, was hella creepy. I was like, damn, son, I wasn't expecting the hills have eyes to be that creepy. Yeah, that's what I was talking. We've got Ettingbecker over here. The land of Eddievetter in Ettingbecker. You notice the colored specks in the air, especially thick in this area, when the caravan ahead of you suddenly stops. They are watching a man who is staring at a flower and crying. It's just so perfect, he says. I paint and carve runes with this flower. It's what I've waited for my whole life. The spectators are now nodding with tears in their eyes. You are not sure what to do. We'll inspect it. You move forward and see that the flower looks more like a plain red and yellow shrub. As you near it, it shakes subtly, putting out a small cloud of spores in the air. You start to see the true beauty of the plant as other clansmen crowd around. The tree behind you reaches down and politely takes your cloak. You smile as a tiny bird teaches you how to count to green. Furs are on the ground and you nestle in them to sleep. Wake up, Ivor says. He is holding his head and squinting to block out the sunlight. Your head hurts too, along with your body, which is sprawled across rocks. We've been robbed, the Varl says, and no one was awake to see who it was. Shit. I need to learn to walk away. I did so good in the caves, too. I walked away from everything, and I worried that I missed treasure, so now I'm looking at things again. Damn it. A sudden rumble underfoot is strong enough to make you grab at the side of the cart for balance. After it ends, you notice a young girl crying when her brother puts an arms around her. It's just the way it is around here, he says. Nothing to cry about. Oddleif looks concerned. I'm not sure if that's the right attitude or not. It keeps them from worrying all the time, but it keeps them from being cautious, too. What's the point in caution, Ivor says. Look around. Even if it is that massive serpent causing these quakes, it could be an arrow's range away, and we never know it for all the trees. His words do little to quash the acrid dread in your gut. The faint smell of smoke goes unnoticed by many except you and a few others, including the Horseborn. It's coming from the south, Ivor says. Ettingbecker, if the map is right. It'll take us some time to get there. Roek and Derdriu are unleashing strings of angry sounds and pointing to hoofprints leading south through the woods. Clansmen watch them with concern. You consider what to do. Oof, let's see if we can help. It's a renowned opportunity. While she doesn't understand your words, your movement towards the village prompts Derdriu to move forward quickly. Only Roek is able to slow her and keep her near the caravan. Your arrival through the smoke is unexpected by hoofed pillagers. Some unite to hold you off while others smeared in blue war paint flee into the surrounding woods. Ah. Oh, we have to have the Horseborn with us. Okay. That's an interesting turn. I'll bring Ivor. Nope, not. Well, yeah, Rook is going to need to be in there too. We'll bring Ivor. And our final choice will probably be Gunnulf. Gunnulf or Hakon. I think Hakon tends to be a little bit more useful, so I'll bring Hakon. We'll level him after the battle. It seems like my commentary is a little bit lower key and not quite as funny around here. It's just the game. It's the tone of the game, in all honesty. Just trying to figure out what's going on with things and make sure that we're fighting safely. So we've got a bunch of horseborn. What I'd like to do... Let's see here. Free roam. Travel 2 spaces for every willpower. Poison tip. Strength plus poison damage over time. Unit is passable. I don't know what that means. Break damage plus knockback. Stuns 1 round. Units pass through take 1 strength damage. Okay, let's sit Rook back a ways. I'm going to corner up, actually. I'd feel better about it. I really sincerely would. We might be tripping over each other, but if we can fight them around right here, it gives us an advantage. And they are definitely going to be right up on us on the first turn. So mule kick, break damage plus knockback. Spread out a ways to let other people through. The horseborn are a little bit weak, and I don't really trust their ability to sink hits. Because we have a numerical advantage in this game, basically the way that it works is the party that has less characters usually does better because they can focus fire harder. I'm going to go over here, and with Skathak, we can do Trample, charge for strength damage, and then 1 strength per tile traveled. And so I can kind of, oh, I needed to be back there. Okay, I didn't understand that ability fully. Gotcha. Well, let's just do something normal then. We'll just marginalize this guy's strength. And then we have hit and run, which means that we can move around to a better position, which I think will be smart. A lot of these guys aren't really going to be able to do much here. I'm not sure if I want to be drawn into a fight so soon. We kind of have to, I guess. No, go to there. We got to start whittling away strength on some of these little dudes. So there it is. That mob is no longer a concern. I'm going to have these guys work up the flank and see if we can't turn it. Hakon's going to take a little bit of a scuffing before this gets any better. But, I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to weave you around back to here. We may have to fight this more aggressively than I want to, simply based on the fact that they have quite a few. Oh, 14 and 20, really. Jesus Christ, man. And he's that mobile, too? Wow. Alright, well, forget it then. We got to get in here and we got to do something. Probably going to lose this fight, actually. I may need to re-roll it and to pick a better team, basically. A team that can deal with this a little bit better. Kind of a waste of a hit, but, like, what are you going to do? What's that one's ability? Mule kick. Okay, so it's an adjacent ability. Let's go mule kick over here. Not bad. Not bad at all. Could have been a lot worse. I don't know if the stun took, but stay on him. My suggestion would be not to let them back us off. So that's a ranged attack. So we have a little bit more archery than I thought we had. And she can attack from pretty far away, too. I'm going to bring her back down to here. We'll go poison tipped on this guy. And I just like to see how we can whittle these down and make them a tad weaker. I'm going to move Rook forward. Let's go ahead and marginalize that enemy. Make it combat non-effective. Big ol' armor sunder right there, which is bad. Basically, I need to block this hole right here so that guy can't charge through and wreck Ivor. I'm sorry, yeah, he can't wreck Ivor because Ivor's our only chance here. Now, is he stunned? Ah, he skips a turn. Good. That actually buys us more time than I thought we had. Okay, so you get up in here, and you had the charge, right? Yeah. So I need you at like a distance of 4. So from right there, it'll be pretty effective. Or does he pass through? How come he can't take him? I mean, it doesn't matter. We can take this one. It's not that huge of a problem. Like, it can still be worked around, but I'm going to block this hole so this guy can't get through. He's concussed, so he ain't going nowhere anytime soon. We got 10 over here, so let's just go ahead and handle that now. One less enemy to fuss about. Oh, good. They get reinforced. That's not janky at all. Alright. He's got to hit for 19 first before this guy can get anything done, is really what it comes down to. He can't move that far because I think he only has 1 linkage. So I need you over here. We're going to go ahead and mule kick this guy. And then keep blocking holes so Big Dude can't move quite so well. Trying to decide if it would be wise to hit him with Poison Spear and let him just kind of tick down over time. Or if I want to deal with these goobers first. His strength is something kind of terrifying. Ugh, the mobility, man. The mobility is like crazy. How far can he move? Pretty far. I'm going to set myself up with a shot right here. Get rid of his strength. You've got trample. Got 1, we got 10. I'm trying to figure out who's still effective in combat. If I can go to that side, then charge through to this side, I maintain my combat advantage. Let's see if it works. Not enough willpower? What do you mean not enough willpower? He's got 3 willpower. Oh, does he have that thing that makes it so I can't? He's concussed. So he's got a miss chance. Shit. Alright, well, work his armor then. I'm not sure why it's not letting me spend willpower on his ability. Yeah, move him back over to there. The AI is playing pretty smart right now. It's definitely not messing up like I expected it to, but we can't take a 19 hit right now. So Ivor's got to hang back. I mean, if Ivor takes a hit right now, that's more or less game for him. He can get to there. I'll probably hold my position then. Why are they blinking like that? That's weird. Yeah, Ivor, just chill for a minute. They don't really have that many strong units left anyways, so I'm not terrified of what's going down right now. We can hit him for 4 right there. What was her ability? Mule kick. And was that the stun? Yup, let's go do it. We got to keep this guy taken care of. Otherwise, we have problems. That blinking is kind of obnoxious. I'm out of time for the day, so my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Banner Saga. I will see you all in future episodes. I appreciate you stopping on in. It's been a lot of fun. We will continue this combat momentarily. Okay, tomorrow-entarily, but I will see you there. Bye, everybody.